But you see, now moving forward, this client was on a journey to become a millionaire. And he became a millionaire by not working harder, not taking more risk. He did it by taking back the money he gave to everybody else. Just like if you were to eat an elephant, how would you do it? One bite at a time. If you wanted to get to the top of a mountain, how would you get there? One step at a time. A man or a woman doesn't fall on the top of a mountain. And if you do, that would be odd, but it's not possible to owe no one nothing. What I mean by that is a lot of people see that example and they say, oh, I don't have any debt. This isn't going to work for me. It isn't possible to owe no one anything. Okay. The machine works for debt, as showed. It works for paying off your cars and getting all the money back for every single car you're going to buy, drive, and own. But it also works for vacations. It works for buying homes. It works for buying real estate and investment properties. It works for paying your taxes. It works for everything. What we're talking about is commonly known as the infinite banking concept. And in infinite means there is an infinite number of uses on how this works. But remember back to that chiropractor. Let's go back to what he really accomplished. And let's just talk just about the condo and the house that he had. So he had mortgages on his condo and on his house. His condo was $879 a month and he had 251 months left to pay, which means for that condo, if he went and paid the bank every month, the same way most of us do right now, we pay the bank a monthly mortgage payment, he would have paid for that condo $220,000. Now the house, he owed $1,221 a month times 24 months. So he would have paid $273 with interest to the bank for his house. The combination of these two is $493,967. This is what most of us, the plan that we've been taught to follow, the plan that the bank wants us to follow, this is how much we would spend on the condo and the house. And this is how much the chiropractor would have spent. Except for the chiropractor changed that one thing, added that one step, and followed this system. So now that $493,000 is not going to someone else's bank. It's going to his bank, which also could be going to your bank. But you see, there's one extra thing that we didn't hit. You see, this chiropractor, when he was done paying all of his debt off, he didn't just keep putting that money in the segregated account. He changed and started paying the loans that he took from his policy back. Because why keep the money in a regular bank account paying you next to nothing when you can put it into your policy and earn 4%? So if he were to just take this money that he would have given to the regular bank for the condo and the house, if he were to earn just 4% compound interest on that money, here's how much money he would have had and how much money he actually indeed will have, $749,611. That's right, folks. That's how much money this chiropractor was able to make and keep by changing just one thing, by adding one step to his life, which is this silly, specially designed and engineered whole life. And by following our mapping process, this is the outcome. Now, I just showed you something that I learned many, many years ago and something I've been practicing and using in my life. I showed you something that now you know, and it would be very, very important. Because if you didn't tell everybody else about this, you're literally stealing from your children and from your grandchildren, because now you know about this. Now it's time for you to look at how this would work in your life. And by the way, there's a couple things we really didn't talk about. Number one, did we even really talk about the death benefit, except for when we take loans, it comes away from the death benefit? No, but there is a death benefit and your beneficiaries will receive that death benefit upon your graduation tax-free. How about the loans? We did talk about those loans, right? They don't ever have to be repaid. The loans are in advance of your death benefit. So why would we not do this? Why would we not take loans? I don't know. Taking loans, they don't have to be repaid, but we always show you and teach you how to repay those loans. How about the internal values that built up? Remember that last example, the guaranteed 4% that chiropractor earned on the house and the condo, that $700 and some thousand? All that gain was potentially tax-free and tax deferred if it's built right and it does not become a MEC, which we know how to do this. The other thing too that we didn't talk about is right here. Policies, these plans that we build are exempt from judgments in liens in most states. So if you're somebody that is in a high risk or a high probability of being sued or having judgments, this asset is protected. You guys know who this is? Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett says, if poor people would just do what rich people do, they wouldn't be poor anymore. If everybody out there would just change one thing and follow and mimic what the wealthy do, they wouldn't be poor anymore. That's Warren's words. Only one of two things is going to happen to us, folks. Number one, we're going to live, or number two, we're going to die. The question really comes down to, are we better off with this or without this? I think you know the answer. We are certainly better with this, dead or alive. And this is the most profound quote I have ever been able to recite. It is from Will Rogers. Will Rogers says this. He says, the problem in America is not what people don't know. The problem in America is what people think they know that just ain't so. A lot of what you've been taught about money may not actually be the truth. And I need you to keep an open mind, because in this training, in this webinar that I just did, I challenged you to think differently about how money worked. And people will fight that thought. Just like this quote says, people think they know what they don't know, but that's not the problem. The problem is not what people don't know. You now know this. Don't let other people tell you that they know better. Get around people that know what they're doing. Get around people that are living your perfect day, and start changing your life by taking action. And here's how you do it. You want to join the movement? Take back control of your financial situation. If you want to get on our calendar, here's what you can do. We will set up a call and answer all of your questions. Just text Money Multiplier to 33777. And what we will do is we will send you our calendar so you can schedule a time with us, and that call will be nothing more than us answering questions. We are not going to try and sell you anything, because if we do our job properly and teach you how to change your financial situation, how to change your financial life by just changing one thing, we won't ever have to ask for your business. You will ask us to help you. So text Money Multiplier to 33777, and let's get you on the path to financial freedom. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you soon.